So what Guru is trying to do here on these trips, on several trips that he will take, and we'll talk about where he goes and everything, is meeting with people, encouraging them to be more on the spiritual side of the equation, trying to have them create love for your creator. But it's not that easy to creating a love. It's easy to do everything else. It's easy to come to the Gurdwara, easy to do all the chores, easy to do seva, easy to do everything else, listen to Kirtan, but having a true love for your creator and developing the love inside of Prema Bhakti is not that easy to do. And that's what the goal in Gurbani is, the purpose of your human life. So Guru is now taking these travels though. So birth 1621, as I said yesterday, in Amritsar, and then after Amritsar, then he moves to and until almost 1655 tak he is stationed in Bakala. We talked about that yesterday. And now, starting in 1656, small trip 1656 to 57, Guru takes his first tour of the east though, which takes him from Bakala to Kurukshetra, and then from there to Mathura, and from there to smaller holy places close by like Vrindavan and hands up in Haridwar. Now, why is it that even Guru Nanak Dev Ji, if you look at the udasis that he took though, is there a way you guys don't lean against the wall though? Can you come like a little bit more like aware of what's going on? Don't lean against the wall. You know, you're young. Anything more than 40, then you can do it above 40 years old. With young 20-year-old should not be leaning against the walls. You know? Yeah. 40 and above, okay. You know, be alert, you know. So what I was trying to tell you though, why do you think that Gurus often visited these holy places? When Guru Nanak Dev Ji also visited Mathura, he visited Banaras and Dwar, Kurukshetra. What was the purpose of going to Hindu holy places, you know? Or for that matter, Guru Nanak Dev Ji also went to a lot of Muslim holy places too. And which other religion? Buddhist holy places also. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji visited Gaya also several times. And later on, Guru Tegh Bahadhur Maharaj also will visit Gaya many times. So what was the purpose of visiting holy places? Is that because we believe in Hindu gods, or we like going to these places, or what? Or taking a holy dip in Haridwar in Har Ki Pauri, or what? What was the reason? To do what? Why do you think they went to Hindu holy places? Yeah. What is the purpose of going to Haridwar? Why would you go to Haridwar though? He's a Sikh Guru. We don't believe in idol worshipping, and that the Sikh Gurus went to Haridwar. Why? What was it?
I mean, I think personally there's two reasons. One for being the fact that Gurbani does not say that if you were to meet a saint of the Lord, that you have to be a Sikh.
That's
so
right.
You can meet people in these places.
Absolutely right. And what does that create when you meet people of other faith? It creates what though?
Understanding.
It creates understanding, and it also does what though? It also they also understand your perspective, where you come from, and what other. And these people, why is it better to meet them here in Mathura and Haridwar? Because those days travel was not easy at all. People couldn't travel to Anandpur or Bakala all the time though. And these people who were already there in Haridwar and Mathura visiting these places most probably have a little bit of a spiritual bent of mind. So talking to them about spirituality, talking to them about reaching God, talking to them about what Naam is, was an easier thing to do. And more people you met though, more you explained your viewpoint, the better off these people were. They understood though, and the prachar bhi hoya bada, you know. So Gurdwara in Haridwar was established back in time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, you know. I mean, Sikh Sangat was there though. So that is the reason. So this first tour of the Malwa was almost more than a year and a half long. Long time Guruji was gone. He comes back from this trip though, and who used to accompany him? His own family used to accompany him. Mother used to accompany him. His wife Mata Gujri used to accompany him. His brother-in-law Kripal Chand used to accompany him. You know, Pai Dayal Das, Pai Dayala used to accompany him. Pai Sati Das and Mati Das sometimes used to accompany him. You know, there were several groups of people who used to go with him though. Whole kafla jada si sara. And where do you think the group stayed though, when they went to these places? What was the norm of staying when you went to these places? Where do you think they stayed? Who made the arrangements of staying there from a practical angle? Though? They used to do what though? What do you think they did those days? So let's say 100 people going together in group, and they all going to Haridwar. Where would they stay? There were no hotels there those days. They used to
put up a tambu. Like
That's right. They used to carry their own tents. Absolutely right. Just like going camping these days, I guess. You take your stuff with you, and then you put the stuff up right outskirts of the city somewhere in a garden or something like that. You put yourself up there, and there that's where you stayed. And people came to visit you, or you went to visit people. And that's how they used to spend their time there. After 1656 to 1657, though, he comes back from the trip, stays in Bakala, and he takes several tours of the Malwa region. Do you know what the Malwa region in Punjab is? Which is what? Southern, northern, eastern, western, which one? Southern region of southern Punjab is the Malwa region, which are the other two popular Indian Punjab right now. If this is Beas, though, the river. So there is a Beas, and let's say my drawings are not that great, but this is Ravi, So what is the reason? And this is Satluj. This is not. It's just a squiggly line here. What is this region between Beas and Satluj called? And what is between the Ravi and Beas? Maja is which one? Between which one?
Ravi the Beas.
Yeah. This is Maja. And this is? And the Malwa region was down here, south here. This is Malwa. And there were a lot of Sikh Sangat in the Maja area and in the Doaba area, but the Malwa region was still getting converted to Sikhism slowly. Malwa region was not there yet, So the Guru made several trips from Bakala to Malwa, to Char Karmasti. And remember, he's not the Guru yet, though. Guru bane nahi hai. After 2 or 3 years, the Guru takes a major trip from 1660 to 1664. And this was a long trip. 4-year long. He is still not the Guru, though. So if he is not the Guru, there was no need for anybody to represent the Guru then and spread the word, because he really wanted to, he believed in all that stuff. Does anybody know which is the furthest point this trip to the east took him to? Does anybody know that? This trip to the east took? Very good. So the route that they took, though, was Bakala. Same, they went to Kurukshetra, which is a major Hindu place. After that, to Mathura, following the rivers now, okay? That's how you used to travel those days in India. You followed a river, following the river banks, Very common those days to travel. Even Guru Nanak Dev Ji Udas is also following the river valleys, Those days that's the way people used to travel, So Mathura, and then from Mathura down south you go, though. And the first major town that you hit after that is Prayag, which is modern day Allahabad. They changed the name to Prayag, which is the Tribani Sangam, And from Prayag, the trip went to Banaras. Banaras is an ancient city. Has anybody in the group went to Banaras? Here? Have everybody been to Banaras? Very, from a touristy angle, next time you go to India, Banaras is a fascinating place to visit. It's probably older than Jerusalem, 4,500 to 5,000-year-old city. The stuff that's there is like from way old or something. It's a Hinduism-related place, but it's good to know the old culture and everything. And from Banaras, then they went to the Buddhist center, center of Gaya, and talked to the Buddhist monks also. And from Gaya, then they went up north to Patna, And Patna they stayed for a while then. So let me give you a little bit of history on Patna, though. You know what Patna is, right, in India, East in India? And it's famous for one thing, right?
Yes.
Mr. Govind was born there. But before that, though, the place where Guruji was born You know what that place was right now where the Gurdwara is though? What was originally, what was there though, when before he was born though? Does anybody know? When Guru Nanak Dev Ji visited Patna back in his second Udasi, he stayed in the house of a jeweler there, Salas Rai. And that Salas Rai, that Haveli of Salas Rai got converted into a Dharmsal or a Gurdwara. So there was a big Sikh Sangat in Patna already. So Guruji stayed at the same Haveli of Salas Rai in Patna, did lot of prachar. There were big Sikh Sangats in Patna. There was a huge Sangat in Banaras, big Sangat in Mathura and Prayag, and there are proofs of that even today though. If you ever visit Banaras, there are two big Gurdwaras in Banaras though, Choti Sangat and Badi Sangat, and which commemorates all the visits, of all the Gurus there, especially Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And there used to be a old custom in India though, when a holy man used to visit though, and let's say he stayed there for a week or two though, and when he used to leave, people used to ask something from him though. You know what they used to keep? They as just a mark of respect or something, very common in India those days, in Eastern cultures. They used to keep their kharawa or their wooden shoes. They used to give them new ones, and they used to take the old one away from them, and then they used to keep them in a sacred place. So those kharawas of Guruji Maharaj is still there in Banaras. You can go visit them, which proves that Guru had his feet there. So this was a long trip for 4 years Guru took though, from 1660 to 1664. All these places Guru is visiting again, and some of the places like Haridwar and Mathura and stuff, he had visited 3 years ago, so he was already in touch with. And the Mughal government was keeping an eye on what's going on, even though he was not a Guru though. But on the way back though, in the 1664, when he returned trip when he went from Patna to Gaya to Banaras to Prayag to Mathura, he visited Delhi. And you know why he visited Delhi? Because Guru Harkishan Maharaj wasn't on his last breath, He knew that Guruji might not survive too long. So he met him there in Delhi when he was suffering from smallpox. And when he said goodbye to him, historical records say that within 5 days of him leaving, this is in 1664, early 1664, January, February 1664 though. When he left Delhi, when they said goodbye to each other, he had hardly reached up to Lucknow and Ambala, that part though, when he found out that Guruji's passed away. Guru Harkishan Maharaj has passed away. And we all know the Sakhi though, where before he closed his eyes forever though, he uttered the words Baba Bakale, which means that the next Guru is in Bakala. As soon as people found that out, they were rushed to now go to Bakala and declare themselves as Gurus. They probably do the same thing today, because greed sometimes drives. Can I erase this? Is that okay?
No, you can.
So once Guru Harkishan Maharaj declared that the next Guru is in Bakala, there was a big rush from everybody, from every corner of Punjab to reach Bakala and declare themselves as Guru. And believe me or not, they said that, records show differently, some authors write, they said that 22 different Gurus who declared themselves, 22 different people who declared themselves as Gurus. And out of the 22, 11 were Sodhis from the same family. And the rest were just ordinary people who declared themselves as Guru. We are Guru. Everybody started to do that. Guru reached Bakala and find out that there are Bai Manjiyan the Bai Guru baithe hue already banke, because they know the next Guru is in Bakala. But people knew that what's going on though. Hanji. And you सो गए बच्चे? थोड़ा इधर आ जाओ, थोड़ा क्या आ जाओ. If you don't lean against the wall, then chances of you sleeping are less, So, does anybody know then the Sakhi? I don't want to repeat it if most people know it. What you know the Sakhi that happened though? Now some people say it didn't happen, some people say it happened. So I was not there to witness myself. So I can only tell you what the major ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਜੋ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ, but you're aware of the Lubana Saki, right? Of this gold coins. Yeah, everybody's aware of that. I don't need to repeat that, right? Or do you want me to?
We covered it in the play this morning.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you already know it, then there's no point me going through it. But the bottom line is, his ship was in trouble. You know, just like we all do. We make deals with gurus all the time. You know, if something happens, I'll do a langar. You know, if my son passes the exam, I'll do a langar. Or if I get better, I'll do a langar. But if it doesn't get better, then I don't have to do the langar, right? Because you didn't keep your part of the deal. So I might not, you know. And Gurbani specifically prohibits all this stuff though. Gurbani encourages you to follow his hukam and say, you know, my son is sick though. I will pray for his well-being if it is in your pana or hukam. However, if it's not, I will still accept that and I'll do the langar anyway tomorrow. It doesn't matter what happens. So that is what Gurmat is. Gurmat is not making deals. If this happens, then I'll do this. Or if this happens, I'll donate to the Gurdwara. Or if this happens, I'll do this though. That's not what Gurmat is. Gurmat is saying, yo, I'm in trouble. Oh Guru, my Guru, please help me in this hard times, you know. दरवाजा लॉक कर दो मैंने फिर मेरा डिस्टर्बेंस हो जाती है you know my thought process gets disturbed. Either you come inside or outside. वैसे मैंने मेरा पढ़ा रहे हैं ना मुश्किल होती है वैसे. So Lubana also makes a offer, you know, कि मैं करांगा, you know. बचेगा ही नहीं बचेगा doesn't matter. I will give my Guru X number of points. And we all know when the Bhai Tarde Raje Bhai Guru back here and he goes to everybody, they accept the wrong amount and then he goes to the right person and he goes to Guru Sahib, he says, "Ye Guru Pukhani tohle cheezanda, but what you're doing is not right," you know. So he always then, who is Mr. Pakala in this group? Was it Mr. Pakala? No. When you Pakala it's not that far from Amritsar. Even if you go to Amritsar next visit, that's good. So it's not that far, it's 45 minutes away from Amritsar. Next time when you are in Amritsar, when you're visiting the Bar Sahib, you can always take a side trip, you know. It takes you like half a day's trip, you know, to go and visit Pakala though. And we have the actual place where the Guru was declared as a Guru. And the words in Surya Prakash were Guru Ladhore, which means we found the Guru. So out of the 22 that were sitting though, remember the family tree yesterday that we drew though, Tirmal was the closest to becoming, he was the son of Baba Gurditta, right? Elder son. So he thought since Guru Har Rai Maharaj passed away and then Har Krishna Maharaj Guru Gati mili, now I am the right person to get it. I am the one who deserves it, not Guru Tegh Bahadhur. So he declared himself as Guru anyway. He declared himself as Guru. He said, I am the next Guru, not Guru Tegh Bahadhur. Wrong, right, whatever it is though. But when he found out that the Guru has been, Jado Mathe te tilak una da lag gaya, and by the way, that was the old Ravayat Guru Karsi, Jado Guriyai da tilak lagade san Jado. You know who did that for the first 6 Gurus? Bahadhur ji. And after that? Who the same person did it for Guru Tegh Bahadur ji and same person did it for Dasarata Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj ne tilak una nahi lagaya Guriyai da. कौन सा नेक्स्ट गुरु आयु तिलक लगाने वाले आफ्टर बाबा जी was gone 7-8 गुरु हर कृष्ण महाराज दोनों लगाया गुरु हर राय पाशा दोनों ने लगाया गुरु तेग बहादुर महाराज दोनों ने लगाया गुरु महाराज दोनों ने लगाया कौन सा गुरुदित्ता रंधावा you know उन्होंने गुरुदित्ता actually is a little confusing name because of बाबा गुरुदित्ता है इन्हों का नाम गुरुदित्ता रंधावा आया हर जगह रंधावा उन्हों the last name सी बाबा बुड्ढा जी दा He was a Randhava by last name on the Randhava si. So the Guru, when the Guriyai ceremony was held, I think the Guriyai ceremony was held close to like August, I think, or July of 1664. The entire family was present. So I'm telling you who was present at the ceremony, the important people though. You know, Guru Har Rai Ji's wife is the widow, you know, Mata Sulakhi was present. The daughter was present, Devi Roop Kaur. All the major Sikh, Kripal Chand was present, Mata Gujri was present, Mata Nanki was present. In presence of all these people though, Guruji was declared the ninth guru of this of Sikhi which ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਧੀਰਮਲ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਗੁਰਿਆਈ ਦਾ ਤਿਲਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਔਰ ਬਾਬਾ ਗੁਰਦਿੱਤਾ ਰੰਧਾਵਾ ਨੇ ਲਗਾਇਆ obviously as you saw in the play today there was a armed scuffle broke out between the guru and them. I don't want to go into the details of that. To the extent though that they started to fight physically with each other, on one side being the Lubana, and the other side being the Tirmals, and when that happened though, the first it was in a lower level and then it took a little bit serious note. So people shot at the guru and he missed the shot and whatever it is, it's a big Surya Prakash, very detail, I don't want to go through, that's not that important. What's important to know was the two sides, started to like physically hit each other, When Guruji found out, he was in Bakala, when he found out this was going on, he immediately stopped it. Not only that though, the original Granth though, the Ard Granth that was established in Harmandir Sahib, do you know who was the physical person who wrote that? Kidhi handwriting likha hai? And he dictated it, he was the editor, but who was the kidhi handwriting? Bhai Gurdas. So that the original Granth was the Ard Granth. So the original Granth that was there established in Harmandir Sahib though. When Guruji moved from Amritsar to Kartarpur, guess what Tirmal did? Tirmal got an opportunity now. Tirmal took the Granth away by force. He went to Harmandir Sahib and just physically picked up the Granth and took away to Kartarpur with himself, And when Guruji found out that you took he was very upset with him, and even Guru Hargobind Maharaj was very upset with him. But nothing you could do, he had it. So Tirmal already had the Granth though. So when this fight broke out though, some of the soldiers from Lubanas went and got the Ard Granth and brought it to the Guru that, look, the Granth that he stole from Amritsar, we got the Granth back to you. Guru was very upset and told him, no, give it back to them. It's there, I will not take it anything by force though. And I was going to bring the actual Surya Prakash lina, but some of the Surya Prakash lines are very, very powerful. I want to share these lines with you. When Guruji asked for one of the biggest qualities of a spiritual person though, when is on the right path and creating, there are a lot of qualities you get though. First important quality in your life that changes is your humility. You become a very humble person. That is a sign of a person that is closer to Nam. You become extremely humble. No matter how rich or how knowledgeable you are, humility is the first thing that hits you. The second important quality that should come which is very difficult to get, is the forgiveness one. And let me read out these lines from Surya Prakash though, to just give you an idea of what Guru is saying. This is Guru's words though. Ki Karni Chima, this is the whole Sakhi of when this towards the end though. Karni Chima Mahatap Jan, Chima Karan hi Devo Dan. The biggest samad or tap or Naam Simran is having the quality of forgiveness. To be able to forgive somebody. Now, what does forgiveness really mean though? Can somebody explain me what forgiveness is? What in Gurmat perspective to forgiveness is? So remember, these people shot at your Guru though, and Guru is saying it's okay. Let's back off. What Vijesh, what do you think forgiveness means?
No, it's how you.
Yeah, but let's say somebody did bad, somebody comes and did really horrible things to you. And so under what circumstances it's okay to forgive that person is my question. Somebody comes and did really horrible things to you or your family. Under what circumstances it's okay to forgive that person? According to Gurban. Gurmat perspective. And you, this is under what circumstances it's okay to forgive that person? Number one, if the person says he's sorry I screwed up or I made a mistake, I shouldn't have done what I did. I'm so sorry I did that, so I'm not going to do it again ever. And in spite of that, if you still have the animosity with him, then you are not a person of God. God will not. You know. Then at that point though, what do you do though? You say, okay, I'm forgiven. Or if the person says, I did what I did, I'm going to live alone now here, I'm not going to come in your way anymore, I did whatever happened though, I'm gone now, I'm out of your life, whatever you want to do though. And forgiving that person is also okay. What's not okay though, is that person continues to harm your family, continues to do that is cowardly behavior. That's not forgiveness. That's like saying, okay, you can do whatever you want and take it though. So here the Guru says ki ithe Surya Prakash word ayan ki khima saman ko gun nahi. There is nothing that comes close to the quality of forgiveness. And it's very difficult attribute to get in your life. There's one of the most difficult gun to get in yourself though. Because it's something that will happen to you as a child or even as a teenager going to school, somebody does this to you and everything like that, you know, you always remember as to 10 years from now you say, oh, somebody did this to me, you know, instead of focusing on saying ki jo ho gaya so ho gaya, I'm going to move on. You know, in Ardas, when we do inside, there are words on forgiveness that comes though. Who has a good grasp on the Ardas, who does Ardas all the time though? Can somebody tell me from which words in Ardas, which but a powerful word Ardas chahe forgiveness bare and Sikh roz Ardas karta hai. What are those words in Ardas that we say it every day? Anji. Anji? Mangni ma matuchi is not forgiveness. It's asking for ki, but there is a particular words in Ardas that come that we say every single day in Ardas. And who do we forgive there though? We forgive those people who did horrible things to us. Chakriyan te chare, yaran chiraye, ye sab kuch hoya jina naal, you know. Unhone bachyan jo totiyan je haar karke puaye. What do we do at the end? We say, jinna ne dekh ke undit kita. What does undit really mean though? Dit means what in Punjabi? Ditta. Yeah, dit. What does dit mean in Punjabi? Yeah, dit means to see. Undit means like I forgive you. I even if you did bad things, I walk away. It's okay. You know. So Ardas ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਲਿਸਟ ਆਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਲਾਸਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਅਨਡਿਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਸੱਚਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਅਨਡਿਟ ਕੀਤਾ therefore if you notice though when we got the power in Punjab back in later on in 1767 there is no proof you'll get even one line though that we went to Lahore and took away Muslims children and cut them to pieces. Or we took their women and did bad things to them, sold them as slaves or something. Or we took them and killed them all. Or we took them and did bad. You will not find a single, one sentence, one line though whereby we took the revenge on them. Because you did it to us 50 years ago, now we'll show you. Because we are the rulers now, we'll do this to you. You will not find that. And the reason is because forgiveness wali quality बहुत critical hai if you are on the spiritual path. And if you don't have this quality, that means you're not ready for Naam yet. That means you're still brewing inside and you're keeping it, even though the other person has walked away from there. Whatever happened together. So when the Guru brought this up, though, the fighting obviously ceased and everything. And Guru gave the Granth back. Tirmal walked away with the Granth. Tirmal said, okay, whatever it is, you know, you are the Guru, I guess, but I will still declare myself as a Gurus of the Sodis, you know. As far my clan goes, I am still the Guru. I'll not interfere in what you do. You do what you have to do. I'll do what I have to do. So he established himself where though? Tirmal, just for historical purpose. Where did you think he went and established himself there? In Kartarpur. And guess what? Even today, the center is in Kartarpur, Tirmal. And guess what? Even today, the Adi Granth, the original Granth, is in Tirmal's family's possession, in Kartarpur. They don't show it to anybody unless you pay a lot of money or you know somebody. Darshan nahi karange us Granth. They're still there. The family is still in Kartarpur. They still have the Granth because that the Guru's hukam is And just, I'm skipping almost 70, 80 years though. In the time of the Dasam Pita, when he, after the Battle of Khidrana and Mukatsar, when Guru settles down in Saboki Talwandi, in Damdama Sahib right now though, when they sent the messages to Tirmal though, Sevadar Tirmal nu peje ke ki Granth wapas kare. Just for a few days we want the Granth so that we can make a fresh copy of it. We'll give the Granth back to you. And then we all know ki Surya Prakash Sakhi aayi hai, when he taunts him. If you are the real Guru, then why do you need a copy? Just dictate this Granth yourself. And if you're not the real Guru, then tell us you don't have those spiritual powers or whatever it is, then we'll give the Granth back to you. And the Guru smiled and the Guru dictated the second Granth, which is the Granth that is established in all the Gurdwaras. What is that bead called? The first bead is called the Adi Granth, the second, the revised one, and it's Damdami bead, because it was written in Damdama Sahib, which is Saboki Talwandi. And who wrote the Damdami bead though? Who was the writer? Pai Bani Singh. Who dictated it? Guru Gobind Singh Ji dictated it. And there are several studies now done comparing the two beads, One of the major ones are done by Jodh Singh, also by Khan Singh Nava, Kartarpuri Bead Darshan. I have read all those books. There are subtle differences between the two. The biggest difference being Guru Tegh Bahadhur Maharaj Di Bani Pustak nahi hai, obviously. And Adi Granth which nahi hai, but Damdami bead which hai, So this continued, this struggle though. So then, once he becomes the Guru though, in 2 months after becoming the Guru decides to visit Amritsar. That's his place, And we all know what happened. I think this is your place, I don't want to go through that again, but the Guru tries to go to Amritsar, the Sodhis find out he is visiting Amritsar, and this is Darshani Dwedi de jade kawar jade hain unhone band kar lete unhone. Guru came to as far as the Parikrama is, and there's a big Gurdwara, round shaped Gurdwara hai Thada Sahib, just next to the Akal Takht. When you visit there, you see that. The Guru came and stayed there for days and requested the kawars to be open. They never opened the doors. So Guru came back. This is in like late 1666, 1664, which 1664 towards the end this happened though. Now remember, he is the Guru, already appointed the Guru though. In 1665, early 1665, where Bakala the Nede, the Kahalur state, which there was a Hindu king though, Deep Chand, who died, and his wife requested Guruji to come to his folk ceremony. Guruji went there and requested a piece of land, which is the modern day Anandpur. The original piece of land, the village was called Makowar, and we have the original deed though. We paid about 500 rupees for the land, for the deed of trust though, and the land was bought, and the name got changed from Makowar to Chaknanki. Why? What does Chak mean? Chak means, Chak is a very common, bade grammar mein na Chak to shuru hote, village, place, physical place, the place of Nanki or the village of Nanki. And then later on, the name again got changed to Anandpur, but that happened later on, So Anandpur was bought right in the, in the like January, February of 1665 though. The land was bought and everything, and after the land was bought, the Guru started to develop the land. Guru started to put some buildings together for the Gurdwara and everything in Chaknanki though. And then Guru tries to plan a bigger trip which will take him all the way to east again, So, yeah. So the next trip though was a long one, which took the Guru almost from 1664 to 1664, 1665 to 1670 This is now the third trip to the east though. Remember, the first trip was to Haridwar, second trip was to Patna all the way. This is the third trip, long 5-year trip, So the trip, and there was a particular reason also of what, I don't know whether you guys covered that in your program. Why did the Guru take such a long trip?
The Rajendra dispute?
We
have not covered that.
Okay. So I'm going to just give a little bit of background of what was going on that day. those times. Oh, I erased it without asking. Is that okay? It's too late now. Okay. When did Aurangzeb came to throne of India then? Which year did he take control of India? 1658. Don't forget that part, Henry. This is the year 1666. I'm 1665. 1665. 6 years after. Laws beginning to change in India now slowly and everything though. What happened is Raja Jai Singh, remember I told you that Guru Harkrishan Maharaj stayed in his place, the modern Bangla Sahib Gurdwara, you know. He fell out of favor from Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb could not stand him. He thought that he was the person responsible for letting Shivaji go, you know, the Maratha king, you know, when he escaped from his clutches in Agra, you know, that he helped him. So what he does is he orders the Rajput king though, to go to the east in Assam and get Assam is an eastern, you know, the India, the map, I think somebody took it away. So if I were to draw a map of India, you know, so this is Punjab here, and this is Assam here, and this is modern day Bangladesh, you know. This is Punjab, and this is, let's say, Delhi. So the Guru would travel something like this, you know, all the way to Patna, and then this is Assam. So the Raja Jai Singh was ordered to go to Assam and take over the state of Assam for the Mughals though. And the Raja knew that this was an impossible task though, to going east, you know, that much and going is not going to happen. So he wrote a letter to Guruji though, that if you can join me sometime going there, that would be good. Utte se ki the prachar bhi thoda ho jayega, and if you give me your, you know, little bit of your support mentally, you know, that will help me go through this difficult time. And Guruji also found that Guru Harkrishan Maharaj stayed with him. He also did a lot of favors to us. This is a good time to return some of the favors back though. So the trip, this long trip though of 5 years, started from Bakala. Remember, Anandpur Sahib was still being developed though. From Bakala, the same route though to Kurukshetra. I'm now going to write the whole names. From Kurukshetra to Mathura. From Mathura to, this is a long trip though. From Mathura, Guru travels further east, you know, to Banaras. To Prayag. And Prayag is the place in modern day Allahabad where we believe that Guruji was conceived, you know. Mata Guruji was the first time when they found out that Mataji was pregnant though. That's what the historical books say though. From Prayag they went to Banaras, and from Banaras they went to Patna. Once they reached Patna though, the doctors advised Mataji not to travel any further. Something happened, you guys are smiling. The joke share karna hai, maine nahi. You want to share something, you guys? Okay, no. Mataji was advised not to travel beyond Patna though, because she was almost 6 months pregnant with Guruji that time though. So they decided, the Gurus decided, it's better that we leave Mataji. And Patna was a place, was a big Sikh Sangat. Salas Rai da Ghar bhi utthe se, it made more sense though to leave Mataji in Patna though, and the rest of the Sikh soldiers and the Sikh party can go further east though. So they left the Mataji there, Mata Nanki also there, Mama Kripal Chand there, some of the important people were left in Patna though, and the Guru continued the journey east from Patna to Munger. We'll look it up though, it's in Bihar. The Gurdwara still, by the way, Munger. The Khadama Payoing in Munger Halidi. I have not visited, but you can go and look on YouTube, and Guru stayed there, footage. The old Gurdwara still exists where Guruji stayed, and the Khadamas are still there. So he from Patna to Munger, and Munger all the way to, can anybody name few cities in Bangladesh? Capital of Bangladesh. Dhaka. Very good. And any other places? 2 more cities in Bangladesh. Henry? Come on. You guys know of any other cities in Bangladesh at all? Not one. Chittagong. I am from Bengal, you know, I grew up there first 20 years, so the Bengali pronunciation was Chattogram, but the British came and they changed everything, you know. So, you know, what are the other places, you know, Sylhet? Why I'm writing all this thing down? Because they were gurdwaras that existed these places up to 1947. Memon Singh, Jasor. These are important towns in Bangladesh, and out of them, Dhaka, there are two gurdwaras that still exist. Though Chittagong, there are two gurdwaras still exist. Sylhet Gurdwara is gone. It's closed down now. Memon Singh Gurdwara also, some people say there's nothing much goes on. It goes down. Jasor is also gone now. But until 1947, when the country was one, there were gurdwaras in Jasor. Several gurdwaras. There were several gurdwaras in Memon Singh. There were several gurdwaras in Sylhet. There were several gurdwaras in Chittagong. And there were definitely several gurdwaras in Dhaka. Dhaka, the two gurdwaras have survived though. Where Guruji stayed the longest in Dhaka, it's called the Gurdwara Sangatola. That Gurdwara has a proper Bragi Jatha, and there is. So who do you think visits these Gurdwaras every Sunday? Do you think there's not many Sikhs who live in Bangladesh now? This is the Indian embassy that staff that I have. You know, mainly they are the ones who or the military attaché or something like that. They are the ones who take care of these gurdwaras. So Guruji traveled all the way from Munger to Dhaka, long distance. And me and Simar were talking yesterday. I wish I had a TV or something here to. I want to show them the distance, how far Dhaka is. You know, they get an idea of how well the traveled Guru was. You know. There's a long distance from Bakala to Dhaka. I bet you if a train ran today from Amritsar to Dhaka, it'll probably take 4 days to reach. It's not next door, believe me.
2,300 kilometers.
Yeah.
From Kokala to Dhaka.
It's not next door. And Guruji stayed in Dhaka for a while there. Sikhi da prachar, badi vadi Sikh Sanghas mein. Do vade gurdwaras hain. First Gurdwara Sangatola, which is still in existence. The other Gurdwara where Guru Nanak Dev Ji stayed during his second Udasi. Gurdwara is still there. Semi-functioning though. The Ragi Jathas are not there, Granthis are not there, walls are falling, but there is no Sikh Sangat there in Dhaka. But Sangatola Gurdwara is still functioning though. Proper Gurdwara Diwara and everything is there though. You can look it up yourself. Chittagong, he visited so then from Dhaka, while he was staying in Dhaka though, he took several trips to Chittagong, to Sylhet, to Memon Singh. Memon Singh looks like a Indian Sikh name, but is Mymensin, is a big city in Bangladesh, Memon Singh. There were gurdwaras in Memon Singh. There were gurdwaras in Jasor, he visited Jasor also. He stayed there for 2 to 3 years, because remember the trip started in 1665. When they reached Patna around August, September of 1666. When was Guru Gobind Singh Ji was born? December 1666. 2 months after they reached Patna, he was born. This is in 1667 we are talking about. So from 1667 approximately to late 1669 tak, he was in this area. Preaching the word. Chittagong is, look at the distance, Chittagong is way further away than Dhaka. It's almost near the Burmese border. I bet you the distance will be 3,000 kilometers from Bakala, Chittagong. We'll find out in a second. Way further away. It's not close at all. Just to tell you the extent of his travels though. And Chittagong, you know the famous, there's an off topic by Pai Chandaji Di Sakhi, you know, when second Udasi, when Guru Nanak travels there, you know. There was an old Gurdwara in Chittagong, but there is another Gurdwara that's established though, where Guruji is taken. This is very lamba.
Yeah, Dhaka to Chittagong is another 250 kilometers.
Yeah, so
2,500.
So good 2,600 2,500 kilometers away. And then, if that was not enough, once he visited these places and Sikhi the Prachar karke, Guru then decides to go to Tubli, which is in India right now, right on the border of Bangladesh and India, on the banks of the mighty Brahmaputra river, you know. I visited Tubli myself as a young child. I was 11 years old when my parents took me there. And that is also not very close at all. Dhubri is big Gurdwara in Dhubri now. When I visited Dhubri in the early 70s, which the Gurdwara was small, there was a mela that used to be held every 6 months or every year, though when Sikh Sangat used to come. I am told, I looked at some new pictures yesterday of Gurdwara in Dhubri is huge. And Dhubri is also very far. I mean, it's not that easy to reach.
From Chittagong?
Yeah, from Chittagong. It's not close, believe me. All these places are pretty far from Punjab. And Guruji stayed there for so long. In Dhubri though, when he was there for good 6 months to a year, there was the king of Assam who came pay homage to.
660 kilometers. Yeah.
Let's just imagine, add up everything and you find out how many kilometers he traveled from. And I wish I had a map of India to show you how far these places are from Punjab. And believe me, those days, even there was a huge Sikh Sangat in all these places though. And that continued even until the 1800s, 1900s stuff. The partition really killed me. Anji bache tu so gaye ho, uth jao ji. Chal aate hain? So tu lean na karo ke aa jao. If it's too boring, we can take a break. Any questions so far? Just about extent of Guru's travels and how far he went. You know, he met the king of Assam in Dhubri though. Oh, sorry, question.
I just want to say the last three जो है cities of the Gurdwara
Mehman Singh Gurdwara do some is what I hear before 47. Won't need it.
Guru Sahib go both.
Oh yeah. सारे उन्होंने चरण छोड़ स्थान है सारे.
What about Jessore?
Jessore also gave. उनके यहाँ सब कहने मिलती है नहीं ना फोटो. But select ये मिलती हैं. मेमन सिंह ये मिलती हैं. चिटागोंग गुरुद्वारा functional है. एक गुरुद्वारा functional है हाल तो still to this day functional. There is not a रागी जत्था नहीं है पर ग्रंथी है. So I don't know who goes to those gurdwaras. I mean, maybe there's some local Hindu population might be going there. There is no Sikhs in Chittagong. That's what I know about. Yes, yeah. It's sad, nahi? But what do you do? And kuch kise ho raha hai.
So like, what about the non-functional gurdwaras? Like, are they just like abandoned or?
No, non-functional gurdwaras. What happens is that people illegally occupy it and they make into a mall or they break it down and build a house for themselves there and they throw everything away. That's what happens. Yeah, sorry. It's very sad. I get teary eyes myself when I see that, and especially jade Maharaj Charan Chosthan jade and jade. But yeah, you can look it up yourself. Chittagong Gurdwara ki photo hand YouTube there. If you go on YouTube or something like that, Chittagong Gurdwara, you will see the Gurdwara Ji Diwara. You'll be able to and look at the map, see how far Chittagong is, you know, down south from Punjab, you know. That's the extent of his travels, you know. That's how east he traveled, how much east he traveled though. So when Guruji was in Dhubri though, let's tell you, I better hurry up now. Can I erase all this stuff? Is it okay to erase? Sorry, I wish I could show you on the real map. Maybe tomorrow, maybe we can have. Not tomorrow, Thursday, maybe we can have Simar set something. We can show you the actual. You can look it up yourself though, and you'll be pretty surprised and proud of your Guru that how far he traveled though. Even in Pakistan, the same thing. Only the major Gurdwaras in Pakistan survived though. All the other Gurdwaras, less important Gurdwaras in Pakistan are also completely gone. People have taken over, and the biggest one right now, just 6 months ago, I found out that the Gurdwara where Hari Singh Alwa was born in Gujranwala is also gone. Somebody illegally occupied and they're turning into a mall there. It's going to become a mall. Nothing we can do. So you can do that if you had good Sikh lawyers in Pakistan. You could have stopped that if you had support. If there were lawyers there, if we had good Sikh lawyers or Hindu lawyers in Pakistan who could have gone to court and asked for something could have happened, but we don't have any support like that there. So, you know, most Sikh who were left in Pakistan unfortunately just shopkeepers now. They're not extremely well educated and they don't. Itani also the US is because you can go to court and judiciary works somewhat, you know. So, una jagah ch nahi hai, so when he was in Dhubri though, Guruji found out that conditions in Punjab have really worsened a lot. And when he found that out though, in 1670, which late 1670, 71, which Guruji travels from Dhubri back to Punjab, and before reaching Punjab though, there's a small place called Lucknow. This is his in-laws' house. Mata Guruji's parents lived in Lucknow near Ambala. There's a big Gurdwara, you can look it up yourself though. And Guruji reached there in Lucknow and tried to assess the situation, what's going on. He also orders the party in leftover the family in Patna though to have them join from Patna to Lucknow. So the Guruji, Dasampita also with the rest of the family, his mom and his grandmother and Mama Kripal Chand and everything, they also leave within 4 months of Guruji leaving Patna. So Guruji went from Dhubri to Patna and Patna to Lucknow. वापस बिहार गए and मिले अपने बेटे नो गुरु का बाग गुरुद्वारा है Patna where the meeting took place, you know. And from there the Guruji then says goodbye to the family and stays there for a week, hurries back to Lucknow and tells the rest of the family to get ready and leave as quickly as possible. And they all needed in Punjab. So they wait for a month or two, and then once they get their act together, they leave and they ignored. So if you look at the map of India though, the most people who will travel from Patna to Punjab right now will be most probably via Delhi though and go. They didn't go that route, and if anybody is interested in, I don't know how much detail you want to get into, I can spend an hour just a journey from Patna Wapis to. That's how much details are available. You know, they took the northerly route though via Saharanpur to reach. You know, they avoided it. The Guruji never went through the upperle Bareilly wale raste to the upper northern region to Uttarakhand wale, following the foothills of Himalayas, you know, as opposed to going to Delhi and then going up north. So Lucknow when they meet though, they meet in Lucknow and they stay there for a week or two, and after that they move to Anandpur. Those days the name was Chak Nanki. And this is the year now 1670-71 though, and Aurangzeb's fury is in full swing. You know, the laws are changing every day about everything though, and his conversions, forcible conversions from Hindus to Muslims is on full swing, starting in Kashmir and every area of Punjab. And also he was in Punjab for almost a year and a half trying to quell the rebellion in the northwest, you know. So he was in Punjab anyway, himself though. Any question? I'm going to leave it here today in the year 1670, and on Thursday when I come though, we'll cover his Shahidi, which we already all know, but a little bit more pertinent facts, and this famous journey about from how his cease was taken by Bayuda ji back to Anandpur, you know. It was a 5-day journey.
Also wanted to ask, were they with Guru Pitta, like Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when they were younger? Because I did hear about like...
Yeah, the same, Pai Pani Singh and the family to Sara. Yeah. They all knew that. Oh yeah. Yeah, they all grew up together. Remember, they were 1675, which was the Shahidi. There was 5 years in between though. But the arrest warrants were issued way before that. Because remember though, one of the things in Mughal Empire, those as you were not allowed to propagate your own faith. So that was the Pehla Ilzam, the Pehla Fatwa, yes, you went all the way east and propagated your faith, you know, in spite of knowing that it's against our laws. You know, so, you know, but that's the way they treated you those days. You know. So we will cover the portion from 1670 to those 5 years though in between though, and his Shahidi and his seats being taken. And I might talk about last 15 minutes on his writings also a little bit, of his not any particular writing maybe, but at least the major ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ contributions in Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ, ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ main ਜਿਹੜਾ discuss ਜਿਹੜੇ topic ਜਿਹੜੇ discuss ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ, what are the major topics in his ਬਾਣੀ that discuss though. One thing from a poetic angle, I'll leave you from this thought though. What is different between Guru Tegh Bahadhur Maharaj Shabad and other Shabads in Gurbani though? I can look it up though, even without the heading. I can tell you ki Guru Tegh Bahadhur Maharaj di Bani. There is one particular thing though in his poetic structure though that is very different than the other Gurus. Can somebody know what that is? बड़ा यूनिक है एक चीज ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਾਕੀ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਚ ਨਹੀਂ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਹਾਉ ਦੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ will be the first line, 2 lines only, ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਰਹਾਉ ਦੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ। In the beginning is ਰਹਾਉ ਦੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ, as opposed to ਬਾਕੀ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਾਉ ਦੀ ਪੰਕਤੀਆਂ ਵਿਚਕਾਰ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ। Maybe sometimes after the second stanza, sometimes after the first stanza, sometimes after the third stanza. In his case, the central message will be with the first central message pehle denge, and then the follow-up message will be later. At different we'll also understand with different rags he wrote his writings in, and some of these salient features on what topics did he cover though, and what did he talk about and everything. Is anything that you want me to cover last day more in depth though? I can get 10-15 minutes extra time में ला सकते हैं ना, तो जे तुसी कहो ते अगर तुहानू कोई particularly कोई एक चीज दा ज़्यादा information gather करनी हो तो I can do that. Is there anything else that you guys are interested more?
Why did Guru Tegh Bahadhur, why did they stop doing Shastra Vidya?
किथे?
Like,
He did.
they did? Okay.
साढ़े मान जो तस्वीर है महाराज जी की वो meditative state ਵਿੱਚ अंते जो मर्जी पढ़न करे नहीं शस्त्र ताल तो शुरू तो हमें हमेशा शस्त्र ताल ही है।
Guru Sahib रहावत पंक्ति गा के वो शुरू कर
Poets are creative, right? Creative people अपना अपना style होता है ना, so हर एक का अपना अपना style होता है, अपना style।
मैं कई भी देखा श्लोक वाला नोमा पढ़ते ਆਪਾਂ ਕਈ ਬੀੜਾਂ 'ਚ ਦੋਹਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦਸਮ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਚਿੱਠੀਆਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਕਈ ਬੀੜ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਐਡ ਕਰਦੇ
right
ਇਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ?
always controversies, that helps people who don't want to reach God, they put you in these controversies. Whether Guru Nanak born was April, was he born in November? What difference does it make? You're not going to follow what he says. Whether he was born in November, February, March, April, June, July, August, what difference? He tells you to learn Kirtan and sing Shri. Do we do that? No. He tells you to give 10% of your time in Seva. Do we do that? No. So whether he was born in April or March or June, July, August, September, December, what difference does it make? ऐसा लोग create कर दें फालतू की चीज़ें to divert your mind from the real purpose to the wrong purpose. Don't get into that. Stick to what you know. It's okay. Let them do what they want to do. नहीं करते उनकी चीज़ें, aren't you?
You were talking about forgiveness earlier, but how does that relate to other things like you were saying?
How does it relate to what?
With the Ram Ram from yesterday?
No. Ram Rai never apologized though. Ram Rai doubled down. Big difference. If Ram Rai had come to the Guru and said, I'm so sorry I did this, I shouldn't have done that, please forgive me, oh my Guru, he would have been forgiven. He said, no, I did the right thing, do what you have to do. He doubled down. That's why. I hope you understand. Anything else?
Okay, why are you? Okay, we have.